Namaste. Welcome in the Yog Bhumi channel, and this is Nisha. Today's topic is asana. We all know, or most of the world knows, asana as yoga. But basically, asana in the Ashtanga Yoga of Maharishi Patanjali is the third limb. So, Ashtanga Yoga is the 8 limbs of yoga, where asana comes on the third limb. So, what is asana? It is the state of being where we can remain physically and mentally steady, calm, quiet, and comfortable. So, asanas are the techniques where we put our physical body in certain positions to cultivate awareness, relaxation, and meditation. So, it's the state of being actually, that is asana. As for Maharishi Patanjali, he has defined asana as sthiram, sukham, asana. So, steady, sthir, sukh, comfortable, that is asana. Yogasana and body-mind connection. Now let us understand what is the connection. What is body? It is the gross form of mind. And what is mind? It is a subtle form of body. So they are very interconnected. They are just projection of each other. So basically, asanas were discovered and invented by the rishis, by the saints who used to live in forest. So in the forest they used to see a lot of animals. Many asanas are named after animals because these rishis found out, they understood that in a great harmony, how much harmony these animals used to have with the environment, with the nature. And they understood that when we put our body into those positions, these positions are going to influence in certain hormonal secretions in our body. For example, let us take Shashankasana, which is the hare pose, rabbit pose. In this pose, just by moving into the pose, just by staying in the pose, we influences the flow of adrenaline in our body. Asanas also have influence on various chakras located in our spine. They evenly distribute prana across the chakras. Now there are certain asanas which are very helpful in stimulating chakras. Among that, one is Bhujangasana, the cobra. Cobra pose influences or stimulates Manipura chakra, which is the solar plexus. When we hold our body in shoulder stand, Sarvangasana, we are activating Vishuddhi chakra. When we stand on our head, we are influencing or activating the Sahasrara chakra. So these are the way the chakras are also gets balanced and the prana is fully integrated and distributed evenly. Now, let us understand what is stiffness in the body. Many people have stiffness around the shoulders, around the hip, back is stiff. So there is stiffness in the body. Now what is the significance or what does it tell, this stiffness? This tells that the prana is blocked in that particular part of our body and there is accumulation of toxins in that body. So when we do certain asanas, maybe in therapy, maybe just in our regular practices, we are opening, we are making those prana to flow evenly throughout our body and it removes toxins because the blood flow is regulated, the hormonal secretion is regulated and we are pressing those particular glands. So this influences the whole body and it brings the vital energy back in our body. So asanas are done in different formats. There are dynamic asanas, there are static asanas. How the dynamic asanas are done and why? Usually dynamic asanas are very good for beginners because it is the coordinated movement and along along with the breath. So we put our body in certain positions. Now, how does it help? It improves actually flexibility in the body. We are not working to increase the muscles. No, that is not our aim and intention. It is to improve the flexibility, and the blood circulation starts flowing all over the body. The joints and muscles, they start loosening up, because you need a good amount of movement, free joints and free muscles to go for the next level. Then your skin becomes very toned, your digestive functions, excretory function, they get regulated, they get strengthened, and these are the some of the few of the benefits which I am telling. So the person is getting ready, mentally and physically getting ready. Static asanas. These asanas means you have to hold, you have to stay in these positions. So these are recommended when the person has moved into the practice. So these are the intermediate and advanced practices. They have tremendous, powerful effect on the mental bodies and on the prana, basically. So these are done with no movement. Once you hold the position, you stay there maybe for 15-20 seconds or maybe for a few minutes. So once we are there in that being, in that state of being, the glandular secretion starts happening, the internal organs gets massaged, and the muscles starts getting toning up, and your whole nervous system, it starts influencing over there. The nerves gets calmed down and the mind becomes tranquil with these practices of the static group of asanas. So basically, asanas are the very important link of Ashtanga Yoga. The main aim is to prepare your body for the spiritual development, that you can stay steadily and you can progress in your meditation practice. So with this, thank you so much for attentively listening to me. Thank you.